Well, today is our For You Day of Giving, benefiting an organization called Friends of Kids with Cancer.
And one of the programs that they have to help kids reduce pain, stress, and anxiety is music therapy. Claire Kellett explains how it helps hold families together through the strain of a cancer diagnosis.
1, 2, ready, go.
Tackling a scary diagnosis to the beat of his own drum. But this jam session isn't Elias's first gig.
We've been working with Miss Christie since Elias was 1.5.
Music therapist Christy Merrill met Elias soon after he was diagnosed with neuroblastoma.
It's scary for adults, right? So when you have a small child that is given a diagnosis, you know, it's very, hospitals are very sterile, right? And very scary. And so Elias, rightfully so, age appropriate, would withdraw, right? And a little bit of a regression because of the situation.
But getting a chance to do one of his favorite things,
playing music,
brought a welcome distraction during treatments at the hospital.
He's very smart. He knew he had to get the poke, right? So let's put it on his terms.
While giving him a chance to speak up.
You have doctor's appointments, this and that, follow-ups, and you never get choices. And so with music therapy, that's a really nice way to give them some autonomy over the situation.
6-year-old Elias is now in remission, but at Friends of Kids with Cancer, the support continues well after a diagnosis.
Now it's a lot of help just coming and letting them have a jam session.
Help is offered outside of the hospital and not only to Elias.
Ava, sister, even really likes it to like cope with different things that are going on in life. She likes to come.
The two using their favorite instruments,
harmonica and drums,
to cope with a highly stressful situation.
There's more to him than his diagnosis, right? He's funny, he's smart, he has a cool sister. Big finish.
And what it all comes down to is how it makes him feel.
happy.
Claire Kellett, News 4.
Oh my goodness.
Friends of Kids with Cancer offers music therapy at their office in Maplewood as well as at Mercy Clinic through telehealth.
And they need your donations today, right now, actually, to help keep that going. You can go to KMOV.com/4U or scan that QR code on your screen. You'll find information on how to bid on a guitar auction that benefits Friends of Kids with Cancer. Or you can also donate your money or time directly. And then coming up at 6 o'clock, Claire will be live from their facility showing us more about just what they do, which is a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We'll check in with Claire soon.
And today is our For You Day of Giving. We'll explain how you can help an awesome organization that is really uplifting local families in need. For You Day of Giving, benefiting an organization called Friends of Kids with Cancer. They offer support for children and families right here in the St. Louis area.
Yeah, and one of the many things they do is provide an education program to help kids look to the future despite feeling too sick to keep up with school. And our Claire Kellett shows us just how this organization lifts patients as well as their siblings.
Yeah, WILL. Good job.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
It was a blessing to learn that an organization like this existed at a time where you can't think straight, to look for resources yourself.
CAT, C-A-T, can you write?
For
CAT
twin brothers William and Maurice, the classroom has become one of their favorite spaces.
Fun, happy, excited, kind, and hard, joyful.
But what connected them to this room at Friends of Kids with Cancer started 2 years ago.
I was in nursing school studying about cancer, and he had a lump under his arm.
William underwent weeks of tests and then a life-changing diagnosis.
That Monday I got a phone call saying that it was Hodgkin's lymphoma, and then it was trying to figure out how to tell him and his brothers, and explaining something so serious to a kid that is just like, I don't feel sick. I just have a lump under my arm.
They got started with treatment at Mercy Hospital. That's when Friends of Kids came into the picture.
It started with the toy closet and like lunch cards for us to go out to eat afterwards because we would be there all day for treatments.
And treatment not only took a toll on the family, it impacted William's schoolwork.
Not having the energy to stay awake during class and, having those days where he just wasn't there at all, he missed a lot.
They were soon connected to the tutoring program.
Sometimes there's not 100% because they're not feeling 100%, and that's okay.
Carol Osterman has been with the organization now for 2 years.
Everything is positive. Just keep it positive.
She had retired after decades teaching in the Parkway School District when she saw a social media post about the man who started the education program at Friends of Kids.
And she happened to mention on a Facebook post about Mr. Tom passing, and they were looking for, new staff, and I looked at it and I thought, wow, that sounds perfect.
The classroom she now teaches in, named for Tom Mulvihill after he himself died of cancer.
I even thought, wow, those are big shoes to fill.
But for William and Maurice, they can't say,
She is nice, happy, kindful, playful.
or write down enough praise, taking to the whiteboard to say they just love being here.
I like how they make sure kids okay when they down and hurt.
They have to be angels sent by God himself to do what they're doing because it's kids, and it's cancer, and it's different types of cancer, and it's, different backgrounds. It can touch anybody.
Claire Kellett, News 4.
Good news, Will is now in remission, and the tutoring program at Friends with Kids with Cancer is offered both in person and through virtual sessions at no cost to patients or families. But it can't happen without the help of donors and volunteers, and right now you can go to KMOV.com/4U to donate your money or your time and help Friends of Kids with Cancer. You can also bid on a guitar auction benefiting kids, and then coming up at 6 o'clock, Claire will be live from their facility in Maplewood, showing you more about what they do.
Watching out for you.
Hey, good Wednesday morning, everyone, and thanks for starting off your morning with us. I'm Maurice Drummond.
And I'm Taylor Holt. Claire, you're live right now in Maplewood this morning for our Day of Giving. How's it going out there?
It is awesome. We have so many exciting things to share with you. In fact, I don't even know where to begin. We are showing off an organization that does just wonderful things for kids who have cancer and their families. We're going to get to a whole lot coming up, and also how you can help with this. They need your help continuing their services. They've been around for 30 years, but there's a lot more they want to do for families in our community. We'll get to all of that coming up in just a bit, but first we got to start with Kent and Paige for your first alert in weather and traffic.
Thank you, Claire. Can't wait to hear more about that.
For You Day of Giving, benefiting an organization called Friends of Kids with Cancer.
And our Claire Kellett is live in Maplewood this morning explaining some of the really amazing work that they do, Claire.
Good morning, Taylor. Hey, Mo. Before I dive into Friends of Kids with Cancer, I just want to take a quick second to explain our For You campaign. What we do is we pick organizations, 4 of them in fact a year, and we highlight them, and we ask all of you to help us donate money to them. Okay, Friends of Kids with Cancer, here we are. This is what you see when you walk in. It's such a warm, welcoming place. We're in Maplewood. It's a great building that we have here. I want you to walk along with me. What we're entering here is the kids' conference room, their playroom. It's well used. We had to do a little picking up when we got here this morning, and for such good reason. And this lady right here beside me, this is Brandy Bimslager. She is the executive director here at Friends of Kids with Cancer. And this organization, Brandy, has been around for 30 years. I mean, when somebody hears that their child has cancer, their world is just turned upside down. Where do you all come in?
Great, yeah. So Friends of Kids with Cancer is providing educational, recreational, and emotional support for programs for patients and families being treated here in St. Louis. So we start at the beginning with early diagnosis through the several years of treatment, survivorship, and of course bereaved families. So we provide those pillars that are really impactful programming that is making such a difference in their daily lives.
Yeah.
So our educational programs is not only tutors in the clinics, but also providing motivational assistance for kids who really don't want to get up and get out of bed in the hospital setting, or who just need that extra reassurance that there will be a tomorrow, and we need to focus on getting back to school and to feel comfortable going back into the classroom. And we have scholarships to really encourage their future and support them going forward. We have expressive therapies through our emotional programming, so art therapy, music therapy, horticultural therapy.
You're there for every aspect of them. And there's this line back here on the dry erase board, helping kids with cancer be kids. Bottom line, that's what you're getting down to with these. You're just helping them ignore everything else, ignore all the stress, the treatment, everything else they're dealing with. But talk about also, it's not just the patient. I mean, the siblings, the parents, I mean, they all go through a lot too as well.
That's so important to us to focus on the whole family. These families are going through something very derailing, so we want to provide opportunities for them to spend time together. We focus on the siblings, of course. You know, they're so scared and worried about their sibling who's going through really harsh treatment. So we want to make sure that they are not forgotten and are just as important through this battle. And so, and of course the parents, you know, we really try to focus on what do they need every day to cope. So the whole family unit is so important to us. They need each other to get through this. It's an opportunity for us to come in and provide things that they wouldn't already be able to have, especially with our recreational programs, all the fun stuff.
Yeah, you just want to live your life and have fun and not focus so much on what is in front of you. And that's why when they come here, I mean, they just have all kinds of toys here that they play with, but they also help them at the hospital. So we have a lot more to get to, but here's where all of you who are watching this morning, here's where you come in. I want to put up there where you can donate. This is our day of giving. This is your opportunity to reach out and help these families. Go to KMOV.com/4U, and I really encourage you, if you're heading out to work, if you're going to lunch with friends today, or any other activities you're doing throughout the day, hey, help us spread the word. Every dollar counts. Every little bit will make a huge difference. Mo and Taylor?
Yeah, Claire, a great program and a great cause. We're going to check back with you in just a little while. Just sit tight.
This is News 4 This Morning, watching out for you.
Glad you're waking up with us on this Wednesday morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 4 This Morning. I'm Maurice Drummond.
And I'm Taylor Holt. Claire is joining us from Maplewood this morning. Claire, for our day of giving, how's it going out there?
It is an awesome organization. It's called Friends of Kids with Cancer, and everything that they do for families and for the patients is free of charge. That is why we are asking all of you to be a part of our Day of Giving today. We're going to walk you through how you can help and just the amazing things that Friends of Kids with Cancer does for families in our area. But first, we got to get to Kenton Page for First Alert weather and traffic.
Well, today is our 4U Day of Giving, benefiting an organization called Friends of Kids with Cancer.
And our Claire Kellett is live in Maplewood this morning explaining some of the amazing work that they do. Hey, Claire.
Good morning to both of you. All right, everybody, let's just think for a second. Your child is diagnosed with cancer and your world stops. Your world is rocked. Friends of Kids with Cancer is there from the very beginning. They are with you every step of the way to guide you through everything and to let you help you live your life. If it's tutoring for the kids, or if it's play therapy or music therapy, they do everything for families in our community, and they do it free of charge. They don't charge any family. We're here at their location in Maplewood, but they're also in the hospitals. Another big aspect of that is counseling. Think about that. You're trying to wrap your head around what your child is going through and how you can heal and how they can heal. And you're thinking, who do I turn to? Well, I've spent the last 20 minutes talking to this man right here, Glenn Doherty. He is a counselor of Friends of Kids with Cancer, and I am beyond impressed and actually really taken aback and overwhelmed with what you do for families every day. And something that really stuck out to me, Glenn, was you're talking about you normalize the abnormal for these families.
Yeah, that's what counseling is all about. The support groups that we run here at Kids with Cancer, that's what that's all about. You can't deal with something that's abnormal. We don't like to talk about things that are abnormal. We talk about the cardinals and the weather. Normal things, we talk about them all the time. Cancer, no. And so to normalize that means you're able to learn about it, talk about it, you can understand it, and then you finally accept it, which is really the goal of counseling and the goal of the support groups that are run.
You've talked about people who come to your groups, whether it's here, whether it's at another office that you have. I mean, you make it so convenient for people. They say, I couldn't wait to come. I couldn't wait to have a conversation with you. I mean, they are craving your help to guide them through this.
Yeah, we've had the support groups here at Friends of Kids with Cancer for going on 10 years. Every month, there's two groups. There's an in-treatment group for the parents and the siblings and the kids with cancer. And there's a grief group, or a bereavement group, they call it, for the parents and the siblings who've lost a child to cancer. And there hasn't been a month, there hasn't been a meeting where somebody in the meeting, one of the adults says, I couldn't wait to get here. This is the only place that people get me. This is the only place where I get understood about what this is all about and what I'm going through. And when you hear that, you know it's working.
Yeah, and this is really heavy stuff. I mean, you're talking about people crying and laughing in the same minute. It's for the patients, it's for the siblings, and it's for the parents. I mean, this is all encompassing and, again, free of charge.
Right, yeah, and like I mentioned, there hasn't been a meeting also where there hasn't been both laughter and tears, and oftentimes around the same piece of conversation that we're talking about. And again, that's another sign to me. This is working. We're on track. When you can take something that devastated you and put you on the floor when you found out, and months or a while later, you find things to laugh about it. And you're talking about it in a way you never thought you ever would.
Yeah.
You learn about cancer. You learn about life and dealing with cancer. Then you understand it, and finally you accept it. Acceptance doesn't mean you'll ever like it. Acceptance means I can cope with this. I can handle it. It's not going to put me on the floor today. I'm going to get up and have a life and do what I need to do and want to do and laugh and cry and live.
All right, Glenn, can't thank you enough for everything that you do for families. So let's all, I know mornings are busy, but let's all just take a quick second and think about what these families are going through and how we can help them. Sure, they're strangers, but man, could they use our help. Because again, Friends of Kids with Cancer provides these services free of charge. Counseling can be really expensive. So what you need to do is go to our website, KMOV.com/4U. That's where you can donate. That's where you can help. And if you have the opportunity to have a conversation with someone today to help us spread the word about this, we sure would appreciate it, because there are people like Glenn who go out of their way to help families who are dealing with cancer, and we all can do the same too. Mo, Taylor?
Yeah, really selfless work.
Yeah. And a great cause, and we do know, Claire, of course, the history of St. Louis, a giving spirit in this region. So we know people are going to step up to the plate, and thank you for everything you're doing out there. It's quite a cause.
Thank you. Thank you so much, St. Louis.
Thank you.
Thank you, St. Louis.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Claire Kellett on our For You Day of Giving here at Friends of Kids with Cancer in Maplewood, a wonderful organization that helps patients and their families every step of the way after a cancer diagnosis. One lady who knows a lot about it, Suzanne Rosenberg. Thank you so much for being with us today. Talk about the connection here from the location in Maplewood to the hospitals.
Yes. So the amazing part of Friends of Kids with Cancer is that they are really connected with all three of our local hospitals here in St. Louis. St. Louis Children's, Cardinal Glennon, and Mercy. And so they've done this tremendous job to be able to connect with the patients and families at those hospitals and be able to support them every single step of the way.
Wow, that's incredible. And everything that they do is free of charge. They don't charge any of the families. All the services are that. So that's where all of you come into this. Take a look at your screen here as we put up the information. KMOV.com/4U. Kent?
Thank you, Claire. Keep up the good work and join us for Great Day St. Louis coming up a little bit later this morning, and we'll continue with that effort.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Claire Kellen on our For You Day of Giving, benefiting Friends of Kids with Cancer. We're here at their ginormous toy room at their Maplewood location, a great organization that helps families and patients every step of the way from a cancer diagnosis. One lady who knows a lot about that is Margie Sedlak, a board member here. You had a daughter who had cancer who is now 27 years?
Survivor.
Survivor, yep. Incredible. And this organization started out as just a tiny toy closet in the hospital.
It was actually a shelf. Started out at Mercy Hospital 30 years ago by parents who knew that they needed more for the kids who were sitting in a chair at that time doing chemo, 8 hours of chemo, and then they would sit and have nothing to do. So they started a toy shelf. And if you can look around here, we have a toy room. We supply all 3 of the treatment centers that help kids with cancer and their families with toys, and these are all donated by toy drives, friends that give, families. We have many families who do toy drives for us it's their way of giving back.
Yeah, and that's just one of the many amazing things this organization does at no cost to families. So that's why we're asking for your help. If you look at your screen there, go to KMOV.com/4U. Your donation stays right here in the St. Louis area, Kent, helping patients who are fighting cancer.
Thank you, Claire. We'll check back with you throughout the morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Claire Kellen as we are in the midst of our For You Day of Giving. We are so honored to be sharing with all of you more information about the wonderful organization, Friends of Kids with Cancer. We've touched a lot on the emotional and the educational aspects of the nonprofit. Right now, as we move over here to talk with the executive director, Brandy Bimslager, tell us about the recreational component of this.
Yeah, so our recreational programming is where we started, and it's all the fun stuff. So we really try to provide opportunities for families to be together and have something that they wouldn't maybe already have. Experiences like, you know, tickets to the Muni, the Cardinals games, all kinds of fun stuff like that. Of course, the toys are so important to give that positive distraction, but there's really so much more. We have these really awesome family parties where families come from all over because they know they're going to get a great meal, have a lot of fun, go home with lots of goodies, and we rent out Magic House, Grant's Farm, different things like that, just to really give these experiences and opportunities they maybe really need the positive distraction.
Yeah, and they do all of this without charging the patients, the families, any money. All of this is free of charge. So that's where all of you come in. Take a look at your screen right there. Go to KMOV.com/4U to donate. Everything counts. Any bit of money you can throw their way, or toys, or if you would like to volunteer, all that information is there to help Friends of Kids with Cancer. Kent, just an amazing, very crucial organization in our community.
It really is. Thanks, Claire.
I'm Claire Kellett in the midst of our For You Day of Giving, benefiting Friends of Kids with Cancer. Lucky me spending the last 20 minutes talking to one man who is so involved in this. His name is Rick Lommel. He's a board member, fresh off a very successful golf tournament the other day. Volunteering is so important. Talk about how crucial it is for the organization.
Oh, it's what runs all of our fundraisers. We couldn't do our fundraisers without volunteers and committee members, people who join the committees for the various fundraisers. We have 5 fundraisers throughout the year, and the committee members, they're essential because there's just so much work involved. But it's fun. You get to collaborate with other people and help organize the tournament. So it's a fun thing to do.
And that's really the bread and butter for the nonprofit, bringing in that money.
That's our biggest source of revenue is through our fundraisers. Yeah, we have 2 giant ones every year, and then 3 other ones that are good size too. So yeah, we need a lot of help, and we'd love for people to come join our groups. Love it, love the fundraiser you're working for. And then stay with it. Stick with it year after year like so many of our people do.
And there's that information right there if you're interested in helping out. KMOV.com/4U, where you can learn more about volunteering as well as donating to Friends of Kids with Cancer.
An exciting and frankly a moving News 4 Great Day on the way as we continue our For You Day of Giving, benefiting Friends of Kids with Cancer. We cannot wait to introduce you to a really special family.
We really are so excited for that.
Welcome back, my friends, to Great Day. It is an uplifting day around here, that is for sure. Today is KMOV's For You Day of Giving, benefiting Friends of Kids with Cancer. If you've been watching throughout the course of the morning, you've already heard some amazing stories this morning from families who have been helped by this incredible organization. You will continue to hear more throughout the day. But right now, right here in the Great Day studio, we're going to focus on the Friends organization's music therapy program. And I'm not exaggerating when I say we are so pleased to have Adam and Kale Coughlin in the Great Day studio with us this morning to tell, you can tell they're thrilled too, to tell us how music therapy has helped their family. Welcome to the show, fellas.
Thanks.
We should add, the original plan was to have Kale's little brother Cameron here this morning along with mom Lindsay. Cameron's not feeling well this morning, and I was talking to Adam before the show. There's days like that.
Sure,
there will continue to be days like that.
Absolutely. There's, you know, every day is a little bit different with him, and that's, I think, any family that has a sick kiddo at home kind of knows how that is. So it's, you know, we just get by and do the best we can,
Sure.
and thankfully we have folks like Friends of Kids with Cancer to help us with things like that.
They've really left a huge footprint on your lives in the best possible way. For the benefit of our viewers, talk to us about Cameron. Tell us his story going back to when he was just a little boy.
So, you know, he was a perfectly healthy baby, infant. You know, even through toddlerhood, he was fantastic, hitting his milestones early. You know, when he was in first grade, he was about 7 years old. He started experiencing some visual disturbances that we seek treatment for at St. Louis Children's. Ended up getting an MRI and was diagnosed with adrenal leukodystrophy in December of 2017. He had a bone marrow transplant for that at Children's in 2018, you know, and during that transplant, the disease progressed to the point where he's now basically total care. He's kind of lost the ability to move and speak and communicate with us. It's been difficult, but you know, we manage, you know, the best we can.
Kale, I want to bring you into this. And by the way, it's Big Brother Kale's 15th birthday today, and he chose to spend a little bit of it with us. I think that's really cool. One of the more heartwarming parts of your family story, Kale, is that you were able, your dad talked about how it's tougher and tougher to communicate with Cameron. You were able to continue to do that through music, right? And that's kind of where Friends of Kids with Cancer comes in. Tell me a little bit about that.
Friends of Kids with Cancer has brought music therapy into Cameron's life since he was diagnosed in the hospital. It's made him happier and just more acting like himself over time.
Yeah. You feel like you still can communicate with, and you've picked up the guitar yourself, we should add too, right? It sort of started with Friends of Kids with Cancer, but you play around Cameron sometimes too, right?
Yeah, I learned from his music therapist on how to play guitar, and since then I've been doing it for him whenever she's not able to.
And we'll talk more about this in a second, but one of the things we're doing to help raise funds today is auctioning off this Fender Stratocaster 2 75th anniversary edition. Super stoked about that. That's going to go home with somebody by the end of the day today. I think that auction closes at 10 or 10:30 tonight. The whole point of today is to try to enable Friends of Kids with Cancer to help even more families like yours. So you guys have the floor. Look into those viewers' eyes and tell them why it's a worthwhile thing to contribute to.
You know, I think the reason I would say it's a phenomenal organization to contribute to, there's so many things that Friends of Kids does for the community and for the kids, the cancer community. You know, it's one of those things that you don't ever realize until you're in that situation. You know, it's so easy to be on the giving side and the helping side sometimes, where you think sometimes that, you know, oh, well, it's not a big deal for me to contribute to this or that, but it is. And you don't realize it until you're on this receiving end of things, that just how impactful it can be, knowing that people out there in the community are, you know, just caring for you. And we've received so much support from just strangers that it's humbling. It's my words do it no justice whatsoever. It's I don't know, it's tricky.
They do special work, don't they, Kale? They really do.
They do.
Yeah.
It's worthy of your support. That's what I'm going to tell you. Friends of Kids with Cancer doing some amazing things for families right here in our community, just like the Coughlins. We love it. We want you to love it too. So if you would like to donate to Friends of Kids with Cancer, you can do that by simply visiting KMOV.com/4U. And as I mentioned, in keeping with the music theme, they are also hosting a live auction. It's online right now for a really cool guitar. And it's the same website for more information there. Just go to KMOV.com/4U. One more quick note. Stick around. We're going to learn more about what Friends of Kids with Cancer is doing in our community. Kind of a Friends of Kids with Cancer 101 coming up on today's Great Day Extra Live. GDXL kicks off at about 10:15 this morning. We hope to see you there. Chime in, ask your questions, throw your support our way. We would love that. It's brought to you, as always, by the Bommarito Automotive Group.
Thank you to all of you and the Coughlin family sticking around for all of Great Day.
Yeah.
So we do look forward to checking in with them again a little later.
And I've already bid on the guitar, so it's your responsibility to outbid me.
Because you don't need any more guitars.
I don't need any more guitars, but if I have to buy it, I will.
Okay.
Somebody's got to buy it, and I can tell you it's a nice little guitar.
Perfect.
Welcome back to Great Day, my friends. As you know, if you've been watching KMOV all morning, today a very special day for us, and we hope for you too. It is our 4U Day of Giving, benefiting Friends of Kids with Cancer. Now, if you're not familiar with that organization, don't worry about it, because I'm sitting down with two experts here that are very familiar with them. Adam and Cale Coughlin are with us this morning, sharing how the organization's music therapy program in particular has helped their family. They joined us in the first hour, and they were gracious enough to stick around for the second half hour here. Guys, thank you for sticking around for us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So just to give us another sort of in your own words moment of how Friends of Kids with Cancer has really made a difference for your family.
They've made a difference in our family. They've helped make my brother much happier than he would have been without. With his music therapy, it's neat just watching his heart rate go down as they're playing, and the amazing other things that they do for him is just extraordinary.
And it spurred Cale on to start playing the guitar for his younger brother, Cameron, who was going to join us this morning, but as Adam tells us, you know, every day when he wakes up is a different story, and today he wasn't feeling that well, unfortunately, so he's back home with Lindsay. But it sounds as though you really saw Cameron continue to try to communicate through music, and that's why we keep harping on the music program here.
Absolutely. You know, I think everybody, you've done some other pieces with Christy, the music therapist that we see through Friends of Kids. But 5 years ago, we met her at for the first time at St. Louis Children's when she was the music therapist there. And it was really neat. The first time she came in to play for Cameron, I don't think there was, you know, me and my wife were both bawling our eyes out. You could see that Cameron's heart, like Cale said, his heart rate was dropping, that he just seemed relaxed. Wow. And one of the really cool things is he was always kind of a stubborn child. You know, you weren't ever going to convince Cameron to do something that he didn't really want to do.
Right.
And one of the things that he hated doing was his speech therapy. Whenever she would come in and work with him, he didn't really want to work with her. But they figured out, they were trying to get him to communicate through a button. They would push a button for yes, no, things like that. Yeah. Well, finally they figured out, well, let's bring Christy in to play, and she'll play, and he would have to hit the button to get her to continue playing.
And all of a sudden, he was engaged.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So. Don't start, because now I'm starting to get a little misty. Let's turn this around, though, a little bit and have some serious fun. I actually met Cale and his dad, Andy, actually a couple weeks ago, and we teamed up for a very special surprise squad at the Friends of Kids with Cancer office. The Coughlins here wanted to say a special thank you to the folks at the Friends organization for everything they've done for them and for our community. And finally, we all get to see it. Check it out.
They've given us hope for our family and other families like ours. Been looking for how to do something like this for them for a while, and this is a great way to do it.
You want to go up front that way in there. I'll go grab them. She'll take care of this.
Surprise!
Thank you guys for everything that you've done for me, my brother, and our family. It's been super supportful through all the times that we've had for the past few years. You've helped us get through this.
I mean, not just what you guys do for us, but for all of our families. Couldn't get through it without folks like you, so thank you.
Sarah from Good News Brewing Company is here today.
You deserve good news, and you also deserve good beer. Okay, amen.
Lisa ran around and she's got a custom-made basket.
I want you to have something that will help you relax from a hard day. We know that what you do is very important, and we sure do appreciate you.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Kale. Kale was so excited to be able to surprise his friends here at Friends of Kids with Cancer. But little does Kale know, the biggest surprise is yet to come, and it's coming on live TV. Yeah, Kale Adams. So we have a little bit of a confession to make. I was watching their facial expressions right at the end of that piece. One of the reasons you're actually here today is because it's Friends of Kids with Cancer's turn to surprise you on your birthday, by the way, Kale. Come on in, everybody. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Look at that, dude. Look at this, the thing on the back.
Come on.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Look at this. Why don't you guys come in behind everybody here? This is all impromptu. You got to understand, live TV. So, Kale, everybody at Friends of Kids with Cancer, the KMOV Surprise Squad, our tremendous partners, Scott Credit Union, they were so touched by your story and the way you learned to play the guitar to bond with your brother, even during those times where he was losing that ability to communicate with your family. We were all so moved by that just for you, this is yours, buddy. It's a Fender Telecaster 75th Anniversary Edition. We also have Kelly McKee here from Friends of Kids with Cancer. Kelly, tell us about some of the other swag here, because the guitar is just a piece of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you get a sweet electric guitar like this, you got to be able to plug it in and turn it up to 11.
And break off the
Yeah, definitely. So Friends of Kids also provided a Fender amp for you there. And then in this bag, we have a gift card to Sweetwater, so you can pick out a really awesome strap that fits your personality. And there's your cable that you need, and some picks in there for you. So you're all ready to plug in as soon as you get home and start playing today. I know you've got a music therapy session set up tomorrow, so you're ready to go. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Incredible. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
What are you thinking, buddy? I know we just sprung all of this. It's not fair for me, the evil host, to say, what are you thinking, buddy? But here we are. What do you have to say?
Just thank you guys so much. You've done everything for us, and thank you.
Dad,
welcome.
What's going through your head right now?
Crying again, right? Big baby, but I mean, it's incredible. This is, you know, what Friends of Kids does for families like ours, you know? I mean, it's a way for him to connect, you know, just everything they do helping kids just be kids. It's awesome through really terrible situations. So it's, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
and thank you guys.
Oh my gosh. Well, listen, we had very little to do with this. It was a team effort, obviously, but we do have some special things we want to offer to Stephen Arnold Music, B&B Signs and Graphics, and of course, KMOV Surprise Squad's great partner, Scott Credit Union. And don't forget, you can be a rock star too, just like Kale, while supporting Friends of Kids with Cancer. There's an online auction happening as we speak for another guitar, a Fender Stratocaster. That auction is online right now. It goes until 10:30 tonight. You can bid, or if it's easier, just make a donation to Friends of Kids with Cancer right now at KMOV.com/4U. Kent and Laura, I'm the youngest of three boys, and the idea of having communication cut off for reasons beyond your control just really gets you.
It does.
The fact that they can still connect through music, I think, is a beautiful thing.
It really is. And when you talk about how he sees his brother's heart rate go down and knows that it's helping, and that brings it to a whole different level.
Yep.
On a side note, being a guitar player, I can tell you that a butterscotch telly is the holy grail of guitars. But you're starting off pretty strong, and your guitar game is huge right about now.
And a pretty special birthday, I'd imagine.
Yeah, yeah, happy
15
birthday.
today. 15 years young today.
That's awesome.
Love it. Thank you, all of you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Claire Kellett coming to you from Friends of Kids with Cancer, their office in Maplewood on our For You Day of Giving. The executive director, Brandine Bimslager, knows so much, obviously, about this organization. Getting involved is so key. You rely on such community support.
We do, yes. We have a small team here in our office, and we have so many programs, so many volunteer opportunities and fundraising events. So getting involved is so important to us. You can do so by volunteering, participating in any of our fundraisers, of course donating anytime throughout the year. We have a Friends Forever program, which is a monthly giving campaign, and of course, day-to-day needs here in the office. So we would love to have some dedicated volunteers to join our committees and help us out.
Because then that directly goes to the patients, to the families who are dealing with cancer right now, and all of the programs. So we're looking for all of you to be a big part of this as well. Take a look at your screen here. This is the information you need to know. KMOV.com/4U. That's where you go to know how to volunteer, how to donate money. Every little bit counts. We certainly would appreciate all of your support.
Welcome back to News 4 at Noon. We changed studios because we are in the midst of our For You Day of Giving, sharing the many wonderful things Friends of Kids with Cancer does for families in our community. And at the same time, what we're doing is we're asking for your help supporting their amazing and crucial mission. I am so lucky this afternoon to have Karen Korn, a patient mom and a board member of Friends, with us today. Karen, thanks for your time.
Thank you for having us.
So we were chatting right before the show, and you said, well, Claire, my daughter was diagnosed with cancer at 5 months. I mean, and take us back to that time.
She she was just ill from the day she was born, and we didn't figure it out until she was 5 months when she was diagnosed.
Yeah, and for you, probably, I can't even imagine, I have 2 young sons, your world just stops, and you're like, where do I turn? Who's going to help me? I mean, Friends of Kids with Cancer, like, swooped in for you at this time when you needed them the most.
It's exactly what Friends of Kids does for all of the families, and not just the patients, but the entire family.
Yeah, because cancer is something that affects everybody.
That's right.
I can imagine as it goes on. So your daughter, we're happy to say, is a 21-year survivor, a very strong woman, I can only imagine, after meeting her mom. But this has then pulled you into the organization. I mean, and that's what they do a lot. I've talked to a lot of people this morning out at the location in Maplewood saying, it affected my family and now I volunteer. I mean,
that's right.
You do everything.
That's right. So, as a recipient, you realize how important and how good that makes you feel, and giving back feels even better because you see the impact that we all make on those patients and their families' lives.
And we're talking about events that you can volunteer at. There's the tutoring, there's the emotional support, there's donating toys. I mean, there are so many things. Can you even name a favorite volunteer thing that you do?
Well, there are so many opportunities to volunteer, and it's creating a program, running a program, or just volunteering at an event. And my favorite thing that I did through the years was I organized the Moms Nights Out for about 5 years, getting creative about where we would go and inviting the moms, and just because Friends of Kids is a charity, but it's more of a community.
Okay, so that's a real example right there of doing something for somebody beside the patient. I mean, obviously they are the focus and they're important, but the moms, the dads, the siblings, everybody in this.
Exactly. It's important to recognize everybody as a whole, and that's what Friends does really well.
Okay, we're going to hear more from you coming up in just a bit in the newscast, because I know, I mean, look at that smile right there. She has so much that she wants to share, and that's really the theme that we've been having throughout the day. So you at home, you're thinking, okay, I hear Karen's story. I've heard so many other stories like this on News 4 right now. If you'd like to help Friends of Kids with Cancer, take a look at your screen. There's more than one way to donate. Of course, we talk about volunteering, which is something that is near and dear to Karen's heart, but go online now at KMOV.com/4U, like the number 4U. And you can also take part in an online guitar auction. That's really cool. We have that going on right now. You can give financial donations. You can sign up to volunteer. I mean, every little bit counts no matter what you're able to do. And again, this is an all-day campaign for us. This is our day of giving, benefiting Friends of Kids Kids with Cancer. Just a wonderful organization. Head to the website and spread the word.
Thank you! Thank you, St. Louis.
Thank you.
Thank you, St. Louis.
Very special day, as we mentioned here at KMOV. It's our For You Day of Giving, benefiting Friends of Kids with Cancer. Young cancer patients face all kinds of things, and just donating to a local toy drive can really, really help. Matt Chambers explains how live in today's For Your Information.
Claire, super quick story here for all of our viewers. Amber is the mother of a 6-year-old cancer patient, and she tells us that the only time he would smile during his treatments was when he would get that toy. It brought him joy, she said, and it bounced him back to being a kid. Now's your chance to be a part of that joy. Pat McCurran is a sleep expert with Mattress Direct. He's the one in the not-so-subtle hockey sweater. And Karen Korn, right there in the middle, is a patient mom and board member of Friends of Kids with Cancer. Good morning, good afternoon, rather, to both of you. Pat, I want to start with you. Yeah. Why would Mattress Direct choose to shine a spotlight on Friends of Kids with Cancer, and how can our viewers help?
Yeah, it's such a wonderful organization, and like in our world, we want everybody to be as comfortable as possible. And when kids are, facing like a diagnosis and it's not a great experience, we want to make it as painless and helpful as possible. And like, in my personal life, like I lost my cousin to childhood leukemia, and like he was gone before there was time for somebody like Karen to step in and help him. And so like being able to help the kids who are going through what they're going through is just such a great thing for us to be able to help her do.
So you can drop off new unwrapped toys or gift cards at any of their 14 locations. Karen, what happens to those toys then?
The toys get distributed to all of our hospital partners, and they are available for the kids who are in treatment. So not just going in the hospital, but also in the clinic setting and also in the radiation department.
It's a beautiful program and a great relationship too. Friends, now is your chance. You can donate a new unused toy or a gift card at any Mattress Direct store through June 30th. Or if it's easier for you to simply make a donation, you can do that too. Go to KMOV.com/4you. The three of us, plus one extra special guest too, will continue this conversation in just a moment on KMOV's Facebook page. We would absolutely love to see you there. I'm Matt Chambers, and this has been FYI For Your Information.
Coming to you from Friends of Kids with Cancer at their Maplewood location. In our For You Day of Giving, we are highlighting this amazing organization. The executive director, Brandy Bimslager, is here to talk about the fact that once you're a friend, you're always a friend. I mean, you're a part of this family.
Yes, so our once a friend, always a friend motto really means that from survivorship, bereaved families, newly diagnosed, we want to support you all along the way. And so we're much more able to do so here in our office in Maplewood. We have programming in-house here, so siblings can come here for tutoring, music therapy. We have survivors, bereaved families that come here, so we're able to support our families throughout their journey here in our office.
And that support that they offer here at Friends is at no cost. They do not charge the patients, the families, so that's where all of you who are watching this afternoon, that's where you come in. Take a look at your screen here. This is the website you need to go to, KMOV.com/4you. There you'll find more information about donating, about volunteering, about every little bit you can help to this amazing organization.
Afternoon, my friends. Our For You Day of Giving continues at this hour, benefiting our tremendous friends at Friends of Kids with Cancer. But I have another friend. His name is Pat McCurran, and he is with Mattress Direct. Now, Pat, explain why Mattress Direct would choose to spend some time and some effort and some energy to shine a spotlight on Friends of Kids with Cancer.
It's such a great organization, and it touches me in a personal way because I lost my cousin to cancer. But it might be not out of your way to stop by your neighborhood Mattress Direct and drop off a toy that's going to go to a great cause. Maybe Maplewood isn't on your regular route, but I bet St. Peter's or St. Charles or Edwardsville or Alton or Arnold or Fairview Heights or one of our neighborhood showrooms probably is.
And every time a child goes to one of their treatments, the light at the end of the tunnel is a toy. And I mean every time they go in for treatment. So here's your opportunity to help, folks. Just visit one of the 14 local Mattress Direct stores and drop off a new unused toy or a gift card. More information too right now online at KMOV.com/4you. It's Friends of Kids with Cancer's turn to surprise you on your birthday, by the way, Cam. Come on in, everybody. Come on. Surprise! It was a live Surprise Squad. Watch tonight at 6 p.m.
For You Day of Giving, one of our favorite here at KMOV, and we are focusing our efforts on a program called Friends of Kids with Cancer. So joining me this afternoon is Lysandra. You have two sons, William and Maurice. All of you benefit from this incredible organization. So tell me a little bit about why the tutoring that's provided by Friends of Kids with Cancer is so important for you and your family.
It's important because my kids need help with reading, and after our cancer journey, after William went through his journey of chemo, he missed a lot of school. And
Set him
Friends
back a
of
little
Kids,
bit.
yes, it did. It set both of them back, honestly, because Maurice was worried about William, so he couldn't focus.
Yeah.
And Friends of Kids provided that tutoring, that extra help that me as a mother, his father, we just couldn't think about trying to do ourselves or trying to find that extra help. So they came in during a great time.
As you're trying to spread the resources. And I think
Yes.
people forget how much of an impact cancer has on the entire family.
Yes.
And that's where Friends of Kids with Cancer comes in. So the organization not only helps bring smiles to pediatric cancer patients we know, but also provides the support to the patient's siblings, which is where Maurice comes in. So why was it so important for Maurice that he was included in that cancer support?
They're twins, so they're in the same grade, same age, and it was just important to have something that both of them can be a part of, that he didn't feel left behind and left out, and they can do it together, even though Maurice couldn't go to doctor's appointments with William during COVID. So it's just important that they are still together during this journey.
And being able to be together, right. Okay, so how can people who are watching at home right now, glad to have you, be able to support Friends of Kids with Cancer?
Donate. Please, please, please donate. It is, every penny is worth it. It's making kids smile. It's giving them their joy back. It's giving families more hope, in my opinion, because it gave me hope. It gave me a reason to smile, and it just shows that there's still good people out there. So friendsofkids.org, I think just go donate, go be a part of events if you can, golf tournaments. The fashion show that comes up in November is the best night ever. Donate.
It's an incredible organization, done wonderful things for your family. Thank you so much for being here with us today to walk us through that. If you'd like to help Friends of Kids with Cancer, there's more than one way to donate. You can go online right now to KMOV.com/4U using, of course, the number 4. It's there on your screen. Or you can take part in the online guitar auction. All of this benefits kids with cancer. David?
Samantha, a wonderful cause, and it only takes less than a minute to donate online.
Thank you.
Thank you, St. Louis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Today is KMOV's For You Day of Giving, benefiting Friends of Kids with Cancer. Next, we sit down with a family who knows firsthand about the incredible support this organization provides, and we'll tell you about the numerous ways you can help. Finale also have been looking forward to this. It is our For You Day of Giving, benefiting an organization called Friends of Kids with Cancer. They do some really incredible work. Right now we are joined in studio by the DeBrito family, who has seen the impacts that group can make firsthand. We have Dad Saris, Mom Projecta, we have Adri on the end, and Mark here in the middle. Really glad to have all of you with us. Projecta, I want to ask you, what was your family's experience with Friends with Kids with Cancer and the impact they were able to make on your family through your cancer journey?
It was really awesome. I would say incredible. From the very first day onwards, they have been with us all the time in all the things that they do, like toy cabinet, and then all the parties that they arrange, from kids for Christmas event to mom for mom's day out, dad's night out, and so many things. Like, we cannot count what they do for us.
Makes everybody feel special.
Yes, they do, and they makes our journey really easy to walk.
Much easier.
Yeah.
All right, Adri, let's ask you about this lovely box of toys that we've got down here. They all go into the toy cabinet. So tell me how much the toy cabinet means in the hospitals.
It means, like, when people are going through a lot, they need something to do with, like something to play with, something to keep them busy while they're having like problems.
Did you have a favorite toy that came out of the toy closet?
It was my first one.
Oh, what was it?
It was like a car launcher.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, so when kids get toys, they're happier. That's what Friends of Kids with Cancer does. They want everyone to, when kids have cancer, they want people to have like
the best experience possible. Yeah. Okay, so Projector, you also mentioned the parties. So I want to ask you, Dad Saris, how were those parties and what did they mean for your family going through this journey?
It's really nice when we go in that party. We actually forget our pain, our sorrow, and we actually get to know the people who are going through the same pain. And we just you know, enjoy that moment, and we forget the past. We really look forward to the present, you know, and future. So it heals us in a way.
Gives you a good sense of community too as well.
Yeah,
all right.
That's true.
Thank you so much for being here, walking us through that. If you at home would like to help Friends of Kids with Cancer, you can do so. There are more than one ways to donate for you. You can go online now to KMOV.com/4U, of course using the number 4 that's there on your screen, or you can also take part in an online guitar auction. That's pretty cool. It all benefits Friends of Kids with Cancer. Corey?
Such a good organization. So glad we're partnering up with them for this. Sam, thank you. Today is the For You Day of Giving, where we are sharing the many wonderful things Friends of Kids with Cancer does for families in our community and asking for your help supporting their crucial mission. So joining me now is Maggie Bohannon, a Friends of Kids with Cancer patient, survivor, and scholarship recipient. Maggie, thanks so much for being here. Let's talk a little bit about your personal story and your cancer diagnosis and how it impacted your education, and then how Friends of Kids with Cancer provided support in your education.
Yeah, so throughout my treatment, I missed the majority of my middle school years. Friends of Kids was always there for tutoring. Actually, I had an internship with Friends and learned a lot, working the fashion show, Art for the Heart, and working with those families who were in those same shoes that I was. I also was a scholarship recipient as they helped me continue my education at Lindenwood, and I graduated last year, 2022.
That's awesome. Going back, how did it make you feel knowing what you were going through at such a young age for them to be there and help with your education like that?
I think it meant a lot. They continue to help these kids and myself after our treatment, and continuing their education is such a great thing that they do for these kids, and I'm so glad that that's part of the mission.
In the commercial break, we were talking a little bit about where is Maggie now, and you've got a pretty incredible job and you're doing some great things, so talk about that.
Yeah, so I graduated last year and summa cum laude from Lindenwood University, and I'm working at Boeing as an integrated scheduler. I'm loving every minute of it, and couldn't thank Friends enough for their support.
Anybody who's watching this afternoon, this evening, and are thinking about donating, kind of what is your pitch, what is your sell to make a donation today?
Friends of Kids helps the family, the kids, and their entire well-being, from education, just being there for the entire family as well as the patients, and I think that means a lot. So I appreciate everyone's support.
Yeah, Maggie, thanks for being here, and continued success to you. So these inspiring stories and stories like this, they can't happen without donations and volunteers. So that is where you come in. Head to our website right now and just scan the code that you see right there on your screen to donate to Friends of Kids with Cancer, or you can place your bids for an online auction, which ends tonight at 10:30. Sam?
All right, Corey, thank you. She mentioned that she was magna cum laude at Lindenwood. I got chills thinking about what she's all been through. That's incredible.
Pretty amazing, right?
Yeah.
Today is KMOV's For You Day of Giving, benefiting Friends of Kids with Cancer. The nonprofit helps families and kids going through cancer, providing educational and emotional support, and so much more. So if you'd like to help, there are more ways than one to donate. You can go online to KMOV.com/4U. Using the number 4, you can also take part in an online guitar auction, all benefiting Friends of Kids with Cancer. The staff does such a wonderful job that they joined the surprise squad to show some extra love to one of the families they support. You won't want to miss this special surprise next.
Oh my God, I can't believe this. Thank you for being my heroes.
The KMOV Surprise Squad, brought to you by Scott Credit Union.
Today is our For You Day of Giving, benefiting Friends of Kids with Cancer. The local nonprofit supports children in treatment for cancer and their entire families with things like music therapy, tutoring, and toys. We met one of those families last night here at 6:30. Cameron, who is living with ALD, unfortunately can't speak anymore. But he loves his music therapy sessions so much, big brother Cale actually learned to play the guitar, so they had a way to communicate. This week, the KMOV Surprise Squad teamed up with Cale to surprise the people behind the magic at Friends. But little did this big brother know we had something else up our sleeves for him. It all unfolded live on News 4 Great Day.
They've given us hope for our family and other families like ours. Been looking for how to do something like this for them for a while, and this is a great way to do it.
You wanted to go up front that way in there. I'll go grab them. She'll
Surprise!
Thank you guys for everything that you've done for me, my brother, and our family. It's been super supportful through all the times that we've had for the past few years. You've helped us get through this.
I mean, not just what you guys do for us, but for all of our families. Couldn't get through without folks like you, so thank you.
Sarah from Good News Brewing Company is here today.
You deserve good news, and you also deserve good beer, okay? Amen?
Lisa ran around and she's got a custom-made basket.
I want you to have something that would help you relax from a hard day. We know that what you do is very important, and we sure do appreciate you.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Cale! We told you we weren't done with that surprise yet. You see, what Cale didn't know was that the folks at the Friends organization had already lined up a secret surprise for him. And that surprise was unveiled on live television. Cale and his father were on the News 4 Great Day set discussing the music therapy program when, well, check this out.
The biggest surprise is yet to come.
And one of the reasons you're actually here today is because it's Friends of Kids with Cancer's turn to surprise you on your birthday, by the way, Cale. Come on in, everybody. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Look at that, dude. So, Cale, everybody at Friends of Kids with Cancer, the KMOV Surprise Squad, our tremendous partners, Scott Credit Union, they were so touched by your story and the way you learned to play the guitar to bond with your brother, even during those times where he was losing that ability to communicate with your family. We were all so moved by that. And just for you, this is yours, buddy. It's a Fender Telecaster 75th Anniversary Edition. We also have Kelly McKee here from Friends of Kids with Cancer. Kelly, tell us about some of the other swag here, because the guitar is just a piece of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you get a sweet electric guitar like this, you got to be able to plug it in and turn it up to 11. So, Friends of Kids also provided a Fender amp for you there. And then in this bag, we have a gift card to Sweetwater, so you can pick out a really awesome strap that fits your personality. And there's your cable that you need, and some picks in there for you. So you're all ready to plug in as soon as you get home and start playing today. I know you've got a music therapy session set up tomorrow, so you're ready to go. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Incredible, thank you.
Thank you guys so much. You've done everything for us, and thank you.
Crying again, right? Big baby, but yeah, I mean, it's incredible. This is, you know, what Friends of Kids does for families like ours, you know? I mean, it's a way for him to connect, you know, just everything they do helping kids just be kids. It's awesome through really terrible situations. So it's, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, and thank you guys.
Oh my gosh. Well, listen, we had very little to do with this. It was a team effort, obviously, but we do have some special things we want to offer to Stephen Arnold Music, B&B Signs and Graphics, and of course, KMOV Surprise Squad's great partner, Scott Credit Union.
On a side note, being a guitar player, I can tell you that a butterscotch telly is the holy grail of guitars. But you're starting off pretty strong, and your guitar game is huge right about now.
And a pretty special birthday, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, happy birthday.
15 years young today.
That is a beautiful guitar.
Thank you for everything, buddy.
Get over here.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Kale. You can see more about Kale and his brother Cameron's story right now on our streaming apps. And it is still our day of giving. You can bid on that extra special guitar or donate to friends at KMOV.com/foryou. That online auction ends at 10:30 p.m. tonight. Special story there, and you know, you think about all the kids going through so much at a young age, and that brotherly love.
Yeah,
that story is amazing.
It's a special connection. It's nice with something so tragic and negative that there's some positives that flow and ripple throughout the family too.
For You, Day of Giving continues right now. Head to our website, and you can just scan the code that you see right there on your screen to donate to Friends of Kids with Cancer, or you can place your bids on the online auction that's going on right now that ends at 10:30 tonight.